Viking Mines continues to move their tungsten Linka project forward at speed. And here to tell us about the latest developments is the Managing Director, Julian Woodcock. Julian, it's great to have you back on. How are you?
I'm great, Shay. It's great to be here as always.
Julian, let's talk about this old mine starting to meet some modern mining approaches. I want to talk about your recent announcement that came out on the 14th of April. You are starting a tailings evaluation for the uninitiated in the mining lingo. What does this mean?
Yes, Shay. So the Linka mine, which is the namesake of the project, operated in the 1950s. And at the time, technology was not as advanced as it is now. And so from that, we anticipate when they process the mineralisation through the mill that they had operating there, the waste that comes out the end, we envisaged that they didn't get all the tungsten out of that mineralisation. So what the purpose of this field program is to collect a series of samples across the tailings dam. The tailings dam is all the waste from the mill, and assay that for tungsten and see what tungsten is within it. Also in the same program, we're able to try and calculate how much material could be there. And with a bit of maths, we can then ascertain the potential value of that tailings dam. Once we've got the assay results back, we can then make a composite sample for metallurgical test work and see if we have any further recoverable tungsten to take out of it. And this could then feed into our conceptual processing study. And in the event that we build a small plant in the future, this could provide supplemental feed that could go in with primary mineralisation that we actually mine from the mineralisation that we know is occurring near surface.
I noticed you are applying a similar approach to the stockpiles. So what is your intention here?
Yes, so there's some coarse ore stockpiles sitting at surface, which we have previously taken a sample from for metallurgical test work, and that graded about 0.8% WO3 or tungsten trioxide. Now, what we are doing now is taking a whole more samples from the stockpile, trying to get a better handle on what we believe the overall grade is, as well as taking spatial measurements to work out the volume of material again. And what this gives us the opportunity is once we've established that grade, we couple that with the results from the metallurgical test work that we've got ongoing, and it could give us a source of material that we could process very early on, potentially toll treating, which will generate a concentrate that we can then approach off-takers with and say, this is the kind of product that we can produce from this site, and look to help establish future offtake agreements. So it's running things in parallel to complement the metallurgical test work as well as this tailings dam assessment.
And this week, Viking Mines also commenced trading on the over-the-counter exchange in the US. Tell me, what do you hope to achieve with this OTC listing?
First and foremost, new shareholders into the company, and that's the prime objective. So an OTC listing is really important to note that we've not issued new shares in America. It just gives an avenue for North American investors to access, and then they ultimately buy shares off the ASX here. But this gives us exposure to what is a much larger market of potential future investors. So with this listing, we look to embark on a communication campaign, look to attract new investors, and get additional people buying in the stock. So the OTC listing is an avenue to really broaden our horizons.
Well, congratulations on this milestone, and I look forward to future updates for Viking Mines. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Shane.